A second weekly boss theme has hit the doctor. That's what a way to start the video. But that's what this is. The second Doctor's boss theme, the weekly boss theme. Of course, Harshit's the one that let me know about this and also linked it a few days later with the official release. So here we are. Now I have an actual song to listen to instead of just trying to find one, maybe, somewhere. So I guess without further ado, here we go. I didn't re-listen to anything from the other boss theme. So if there's any references, I'm gonna be most likely lost, but... I'm not really expecting it to be the same, though. But I'm also not expecting it to be different. I don't know what... Feels like the motif is similar, so... From what my memory has... This feels pretty accurate. I'm not shocked at all that the intensity is very firmly in place. I mean, it definitely has got that waltz to it, too. Intense, a little bit graceful. Sounds very Doctor to me. That feels kind of familiar too. I'm assuming anything that sounds kind of familiar is probably a carryover of the motif. Okay, transition. Ooh. Oh, that's different. Oh, that's very different. Right. Now we into club. The videos are whoa. What are you doing, Patrick? Focusing. I'm vibing with this like Sumeru blended techno sort of thing. That's not techno anymore. Okay. This is a fun variation. Okay, we got another like tonal shift here. I don't think it's gonna stay here though. I have a feeling it's gonna move again. Ooh! Ooh! What is up with this? Is this a thing that was a part of his theme? Like the EDM of it all? I don't recall this being a part of his character. Like, obviously it makes a sense for the design of him here, but is this like a new thing for him? Did he have this form before, or is this just one of his like many replicas he's got? Because I never experienced this part of the story, at least not yet, so it's sitting here like, what the fuck? Alright, so obviously the song has done kind of similar things to the other Doctor theme, but now I can at least show you with the hand cam on here. So we get a lot of like G sharp. This whole song is A minor, by the way, at least as far as I can tell. So like that tracks. We do get a lot of G minor, also again, G sharp. We get F sharp minor, we get F minor and F. Everything in here is like, especially weirdly like half-stepped, and that makes a lot of sense for all of the tension that they would want to add for this song. Just playing around in those fields. I think we even get like a B minor in here. Like we get some varieties in here, but mostly A minors, G's, and like all their variants, and then F and all of its variants. We also do get like D, and I think even an E flat. Like it's all really tense stuff. All chords that really knock up against each other and don't really stick to any specific rule for the music theory in it. It's just playing around with how much can we get away with, basically. Pretty much like the Doctor himself. How much can I get away with? That's this song, and that's why it works. So we have that, but for me, the biggest change here is probably obvious. The electronic stuff. I did go re-listen to the original boss theme. Could not find a lick of that in there. So I'm like, all right, that must be new. That must be for this character. Again, I don't know if this like techno version of this guy has shown up before, or if it's just like a new design exclusively for the boss theme. Whatever the case may be for that, I like what they did here. I like that change in the song and still utilizing the motifs within it. So you just change stuff up and make it sound a little bit more appropriate for that character, specifically that version of him. And it just fits really well. I like it. I like how they started in this like kind of deep clubby sort of sound, and then it expanded to something that's a little bit more of just this, I don't know if I would call it dubstep, but probably adjacent to that. There's so many electronic subgenres. I don't think I could get it right if I tried. Every single time I try to, there's somebody in the comments who's like, that's not actually, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. But also like, are you gonna blame me? I do my best, and there are so many subgenres out there. Can you fault a guy for just kind of giving up at some point? Either way though, beautiful sound. I love what that electronic added to the personality of the character and the evolution of it too. Like again, starting in that like clubby, more house sound, but then moving into something that's a little bit more modern like it did, and kind of finishing off there. So that sort of evolution for the character kind of feels weirdly natural, all things considered, given that he is kind of an amalgamation of a bunch of different brain children, kind of hosted by the same consciousness, but also able to separate those out to those other parts of himself. And while there's not really a through line of exactly how that happens, at least to my knowledge, maybe that did get revealed in the lore at some point. I haven't gotten that far. But either way, it's a factor that this is a character trait for him, and they decided to expand upon that, add some more character to it, and it just feels really nice for that reason. Like again, having these sorts of things that are fighting against each other the whole way through the song makes so much sense for that personality. Somebody who's just not quite all there and is constantly fighting against themselves in that way, but also adding plenty of tension for you, the protagonist, trying to take on an antagonist. So them putting in this much work for like redoing a character theme and reimagining it for a different variation of the character is to me a really good show of like how much they really care for their characters in this way. Like not just throwing on whatever remix by whoever, but full on reimagining what that sound would be like for an entirely new variant of that same person. That's a completely different vibe. Like remixing a character theme, that's one thing. Making sure that it like fits thematically with another version of them that's canonical is a completely different energy. It's not like in Nikke where they have the remixes of the boss themes that they bring back whenever they do like a solo raid, stuff like that, where they remix them and it's just a remix. That's not usually a reimagination of the song. It's just somebody else kind of putting their spin on it, and sometimes the same person putting a new spin on it, but it's at very large the same thing. For this one, we started there, and then by the time we finished it, it was a completely different person, basically. Obviously still with the motifs intact, but it was not just something as simple as a theme remix. They took this character and really dissected it to why you would have these certain sounds here, what tones made sense, what genres made sense to visit for this character, and what it evolved into as the fight went along. So just in general, I really like that. Like I mentioned, I already talked about his overall boss theme before, so like my initial thoughts of that are still going to be very much the same, but this new take on the character and the new variation of it was really cool to hear, and I really like how it sounded, where they went with it. At first, I was a little underwhelmed, not sure if they were going to do much more than that, until that electric stuff kicked in, and I was like, oh, that's what they're doing. It hit me like a freight train. So that's about all I can add to this one. Hopefully that's enough for all of you, but if you enjoyed this video and you want me to get to another song, by all means, drop in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. But if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!